Hey, Ashleigh Warner. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Max. How you
Ashleigh
doing?
fucking Warner.
Also known as Orcop.
Yeah. I remember laughing a lot at your name.
These days, people have also spliced them together, so it's a Orcop.
Oh yeah. Hey, just be a bit closer to your mic. Roll the thumb this way.
Alright.
Yeah. How you feeling, man? You stressed? Nervous?
I've never done anything like this before, but it's all good.
So how do we know each other? I remember back in grade 8.
We met at science.
Yeah.
Don't know what it was called, I just called it science.
I seem to remember that we were in all our classes together back in grade 8. I think it's the way that it was formed, like in that grade anyway.
Yeah. Again, I knew very few people up until like mainly 9, but for the most part, everyone just kind of had the same classes. I didn't pay attention to many people.
Yeah. I didn't think many people paid attention to you.
No, I was kind of a dick anyway.
Yeah. We started off, from the moment I met you, I'm pretty sure I really didn't like you.
Not surprising.
Yeah. Like, we were in the same friend groups.
Kind of. We associate with similar people, but generally apart.
We were in the Minecraft group.
Really?
I didn't play Minecraft on iPad, but all my friends did. What, did you?
No.
Okay.
My sister did, or at least she started to. But I kind of hated it. But I needed friends, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we really didn't get along together.
No. Well, a little bit, not much. Could have been better.
Yeah. I remember. Okay, noise is over, it's all good. Anyway, so I remember we were in science together, and one day, Eamon McCarthy and I decided that we were going to WAG science because there was
I remember that.
like a experiment testing.
Kind of. I didn't pay attention to what was actually going on.
Yeah, but you snitched on us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bluntly, I will say I didn't know why I did it. It was something to do, and I did it. So fuck it.
Just because it was something you could do.
Yeah, I had a habit much when I was younger to just kind of fuck over people for shits and giggles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I blackmailed some dude once.
Really?
When I was like 9. He was 18. I'll get to that in a bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was a cunt for most of my life. And I kind of reveled in it. It was, well, kind of. I agreed to hate it, but I also couldn't stop.
Oh yeah.
You can only go so far, never socializing and realize, oh shit, I can't adapt to people.
A bit closer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this any better?
That's good.
No. Is this better?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's loud. Shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so you wagged on me. Snitched on me, sorry. You really pissed me off.
Not surprising,
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
It wasn't just that got to me. There was a lot of stuff going on in my home. Like, my brother was running away. I wasn't even getting help with making a resume at home because all the attention was elsewhere because of that situation and other things going on, which we'll save that for another day.
But I was just
the
straw that broke the camera.
pretty much, and you felt my fucking rage. I look back and that was scary. Just like how. Yeah. Anyway, so what do you remember from that situation?
I remember doing it. Not much directly happening to me for a long time, and then one day it's like, hey, this is going to happen at this time. I was like, okay, and then then it was the walk up to the driveway. I was like being presented to a stage, and I kind of loved it a little. It brought me back to a different time where I would do shit like that for fun, and it would get violent, and I cheated because I would use rocks and shit.
Oh fuck.
I was a violent, sadistic little fuck who always won.
Damn.
And for the most part, I did genuinely enjoy it, like seeing someone beg to stop.
What
beating?
the fuck?
I should correct myself. Beating them, not like I don't hit dudes because again, there's some home shit with that. But I enjoyed it. I grew to hate it and violence in general. I'm a bit of a cowardly fuck, but there was a moment with all that where I would have turned around and I would have just did whatever. And there was a crowd, so I could have played for that too.
So just to
backtrack a little bit.
I was after I was told that you told on me and Eamon. So it was fourth period. We were in history. I remember desk staring you, and I was just.
You probably
saying a bunch of.
You probably noticed me not paying attention to you.
No, you were just smiling at me.
Yeah. I remember looking. I remember looking at you once, and that was it.
I stared at you the whole lesson. I was so mad.
I didn't really know what was even happening too, because I didn't pay attention to much in school. Big shock there. I didn't give a shit. So the idea of someone hating me was like, oh, I'll get to that later.
Yes. So then.
I do remember the walk up to the gate.
The bell rang.
And just laughing at you.
You were laughing at me.
Just laughing at you, folks.
You were laughing at me, and I was just like cursing you out, trying to get you to fight me.
Yeah, I was loving it. I was loving it because that genuinely brought me to a fun time. Not a good time. It was a fun time.
Just adrenaline, or what do you mean?
I don't know, because a little bit of history on this is that I had a very violent childhood. My mom used to beat me with metal spoons and shit because she hated who I was the son of, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But I had no real outlet at home, so I generally just took it out on anyone else I could elsewhere. I hurt a lot of people for no reason otherwise than I could. I was going to, and they didn't stop me. They also never told anyone, so I got away with it for years.
Oof.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't, because I would have showed up the next day, like, what the fuck, and then they would have less teeth. But
did you knock anyone's teeth out?
The thing is, if I did, I don't remember. I generally have a lot of memory. I don't know. I possibly did. I mean, I do know I hit people with rocks, aiming for their face. So if I did, I did. I don't really know where. I can't segue much into that, but
right, yeah.
Not fun times, technically speaking, but I loved it. Technically speaking.
So you knew that it was bad, but it was just. It felt good?
It will. Well, the thing is.
Were you even thinking that it was a bad thing? Or?
No, it was like new school, no leverage type of thing. Because I would go, we moved a lot, so I would go between schools and I would try to use whatever leverage I could, mainly through violence or attempted blackmail, but I never did it until I was about 9. But that wasn't school, that was, again, for shits and gigs. And it was just needed a stepping stone, and I thought you and Alan were perfect pedestals to put myself on.
Right. And then I pushed you in front of the car.
You're missing the part where you punched me in the back of the head.
Yes, I did.
It caused a bleeding nose.
Yeah, I jumped on you. Like, I threw my bag, I think it was either to Jake Manolis or Jackson Stover. I threw my bag to them, and then I just started whamming at you. And then I jump on your back. 6 foot dude. I'm probably 4 foot at the time.
5'11".
Yeah, I jump on you and I start banging into your skull. And I don't remember too much.
I remember laughing at it at some point.
I remember you laughing at the very end and saying, that didn't hurt. It's like new blood coming out of your nose. Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, that was so fucking mad. Like the following month, all I wanted to do was just cave your skull. I wanted to hurt you badly, but I could never fully bring myself to do it. Like that moment where I just never threw a punch, that was a turning point for me. Because for the time leading up to that, about a few months of like really nothing happening, and me reflecting on myself because of some previous time, around the time of the blackmail actually, where I realized that I could have easily have had the general life I wanted, like easily like make friends, just live life, and I didn't want to accept that my general path, which I technically chose to keep going, wasn't worth it, and just fucked me over completely. And I'm grateful for you punching me in the back of the head and the pushing me into traffic, but things could have easily turned a different path if I kept on going. And I wanted to for a little bit, but having fun yet?
Yeah.
I told you shit was gonna get weird.
Well, it's just like we have talked about this once before.
A little bit, yeah.
It's still something that I can't quite get my head around. Because you're saying that in that situation where I beat the shit out of you, and then I push you in front of the car. I don't even remember if I saw the car or not. I was just so blinded. I was so angry.
I didn't see it until it was closer.
Yeah. But anyway, so...
It's just weird hearing that, but me saying that that's a good thing.
Yeah, like, I've been thinking about this since the last time we saw each other, which was over a year ago.
Back in like late 19.
Yeah, because it's from that situation, and other ones, like I was a violent little kid as well. Probably not as hectic as you were.
I don't think many people were as hectic as I was, because I took it to a very sadistic, personal level that people usually don't go to.
I mean, I did throw a torch at someone's head for my defense, because they were whipping me with a belt.
Oh, that's self-defense.
Yeah.
What I did
in stitches.
Oh.
It was brutal. I never saw that guy again. I think he's alive. I saw him. Okay, I did see him after. He's not dead. He's not brain damaged. I mean, maybe
sure?
a bit stupider, but more stupid. Anyway, but no, what I'm trying to say is, like, saying that my violence made you a better person wigs me out, because it's from that situation and those other times where I have been and seeing what I have already in my life that have made me take things on from more of a pacifist approach. But you're saying that it's a solution to so many other people's suffering.
I should really clarify, it wasn't a true solution until like this past couple of years. Because all it did really was make me bounce in the opposite direction, where I just isolated myself entirely, slowly descending into fucking madness.
Okay.
Because I still wouldn't accept my failure in all this. And
what do you mean?
Well, the whole like abusing people in a very deluded attempt to reach peace and just I had a fucking imaginary family when I was 6, and like I kept myself very enclosed because I hated everybody, and that really took a point around that where I was more or less afraid that I would bounce back immediately. That was when the suicide thoughts would start to creep in. Fucking get that shit checked out immediately. Don't let that fester. It will. I say this having attempted 5 times. That's what I'm saying. When those thoughts appear, fucking get help.
Okay. 5 attempts.
Yeah, all failed, obviously.
So, I don't really know what to ask you. I don't know what the best question is.
I know how to derail a conversation.
No, that's fine. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I remember you telling me probably should have mentioned this. I remember back in grade 12 on holiday, we just got back.
Oh, was this the whole like mental breakdown type of shit?
Maybe.
Because I went through a lot of that in last year because of my home shit. I was losing my fucking mind.
I remember you telling me that you were contemplating burning your house down.
It was more burning myself.
Well, burning yourself alive in your house, which would have burned down.
Yeah.
Most likely.
That goes into my point.
That is fucking metal. That's one way to go out, man. That's one way.
Yeah. I like fire. No, just that was just a sadistic thought that I never went through. Actually, I shouldn't say it's a fun story, but it's not. It's an interesting story. When I was younger, I actually nearly did burn down my childhood home by accident. I didn't mean to, but I did only stop because the lighter fluid ran out of liquid.
Oh shit!
I mean,
What happened?
I just found a lighter. I'm like, I'm gonna burn some shit. Grabbed a bunch of paper, including some of my own shit for whatever reason.
Some what?
Some of my own toys and shit. Set on fire, just threw it out the window.
just because?
Just because, and somehow the house never caught on fire. I don't get it, and no one knew I did it.
You fully got away with it.
No one knew I did it until I brought it up when talking to my family yesterday. They're like, "What the? Why?" And it's like, "No, I did it." I would have been possibly 7, maybe 8.
Oh damn.
No, that's what I'm saying. The ages between 6 and 10, which were technically my sadistic years, were morally questionable.
Can we get into that?
Sure.
Cool. So, what do you want to talk about? It sounds like you have been wanting to say something.
I mean, I've never really told anyone. The only people I told either don't give a shit for whatever reason, or just don't want to listen because it's fucked.
This is an open space, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I gather that it's my own house, so...
Yeah. And, let's not worry about these guys.
But, again, this is your liver, so what questions do you have? Because I don't think it'd be just good for me to ramble, because I will ramble for fucking hours.
Right, okay, let's try and keep this concise, maybe a good thing.
Yeah.
So your home life growing up, you said that your mum used to...
She hates me. Like, she still hates me to this day.
Do you love her?
No.
Okay.
She assaulted me for years.
Okay, probably a good thing. I was just wondering, maybe because there are people who do have that kind of relationship.
No, and I actually get annoyed when people say, "Oh, but it's your mom, you go." I was like, "Fuck her!" Like, no, she fucking robbed me of $6,000. Fuck it.
How's your relationship with your dad?
Non-existent. Never met him.
Okay.
He kind of fucked off before I was born, and yeah, the whole reason that my mom hates me, and she quoted this both sober and drunk, so I know it's true. And my grandma also confirmed that happened. Was my mom was engaged to someone else, then had me with someone else. Yeah, that the marriage then fell apart. My dad fucked off. His mate got with my mom. 2 years after I was born, my mom had my brother with someone else. with my dad's mate still around. All that fell to shit. And then about 4 years later, she met my sister's dad. And he was around for about 2 years before fucking off because he realized she was insane.
Oh, she's been around the block.
More than people tend to know.
Shit, she's been from Perth to Sydney.
Probably.
Oh, right.
According to my grandma, she's been a skank since she was 15.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how to fucking deal with that, but I mean, it happened. History is history.
So it was your dad's friend that she first got with?
Yeah.
Like, started
I'm still in contact with him because that's where Warner comes from.
Warner. Oh yeah.
The fucking he's not the cricket dude, but he's the cousin of the cricket dude.
I remember you telling me that you had a stepdad. He's a stepdad?
No, what were we gonna say?
Oh, shit. Okay, you had a stepdad,
Mm.
and like I remember you telling me this back when we were in school as well.
Mm.
But he was abusive as well.
He was abusive, but he and my mom were they drank and they did a lot, and he was less nicer to me than, I mean, I could just say because of him I ended up hitting my head on a metal bed frame, but so yeah. I don't know if he remembers that. If you do,
I'm surprised you remember it.
Okay, here's the thing. I tend to remember more shit things than good things because it's taken up most of my life. And the weird gaps are probably where things got too fucked and I don't want to remember it, but that's neither here nor there. But I will say this, he did definitely get better. He cut down on drink, he's definitely fat fuck.
Speaking of, bro, you're looking a much better.
Yeah. I mean, well, probably not since then, like 2 years can only do so much, but I mean, I'm not the same fat, useless guy I was in high school.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I know what I was. Oh.
Let's get into that. What was it like for you?
That was a mix of very... I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, I don't know.
You can say anything you want here.
Okay, I was very sexually driven as a child. And obviously not knowing shit about sex, I was just very confused. So being confused, horny, and violent, I mean, it does so much.
So, yeah, go on. Let's never get better.
And so, for me, primary school was just very confusing, because I found myself pursuing women for no reason, for seemingly no reason, and just assaulting guys for personal reasons.
So the personal reasons, what were they? Was it just to feel like you're in more control?
It was venting and the mentality of get them before they can get you. And plus, if you can get them to do what you want, that's a plus.
Do you think you did it because it's just how you were brought up? Like, that's just what your mum did, and you realised it got her what she wanted?
Well, no, because she wanted me dead. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot to mention that. She wanted to abort me before I could exist, but my grandma wouldn't let her.
Well, congratulations for being here.
Who could... Yeah, God, imagine being drunkenly yelled at for most of your life.
So, yeah, well, you've got your own place now.
I've had this for nearly 2 years now. I've been here for nearly 2 years.
Yeah, you've got your own place. You've got your own job. You're away from that situation.
I go like a street. Yeah, well, but she doesn't come here anymore. She actually fucking tried to barge her way in my door once, and she also showed up in my work to demand money. And
from you?
Yeah. I didn't even bring my wallet. She's like, just tell your boss that you want to go home, go to an ATM and get fucking money. I was like, this is in front of customers, fuck off.
Is she on drugs?
No, she's an alcoholic. My aunt's the drug addict.
Because that is a meth head response.
Yeah,
I don't know any meth heads, so I'm just saying random stuff, but that is exactly what I would expect.
She's nearly 50 now, so she'd be roughly drinking for about at least over 30 years. Like, heavy, fucked up, slut drinking, so...
Do you know if she was abused?
She was actually adopted by my grandparents. And they gave her... Well, because my grandparents, they made their own money. It's like, they were both real estate agents, so they both had money. And they actually also adopted my uncle, who was an IT dude. Really cool. I wish he'd give me more shit. No, he's awesome. But, yeah, I always found it, because I didn't fully understand a lot of all that until my grandma just told me randomly when we went to Sydney to pick up my cousins, because they were being moved into our family. She fucking bursted out into tears when I started asking, like, why is my aunt this and my mom's this, and she just kind of broke down and told me. I was very young when I learned that. But I always find it funny how the people I'm not actually related to love me more than the people I am related to. And that always just, and that is why I believe you can sure as shit pick your family. People say you can't, blood, fuck that. No, you can definitely pick who the fuck your family is. Blood doesn't mean shit. If they're a fucking cunt, cut them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing is absolute.
Well, if you're in a bad situation and that person isn't going to change, then the only person you're really hurting is yourself by staying in that situation.
It took me a long time to come to terms with that too.
Same.
And it got better with because for me I always had to string myself along because my brother, because he is disabled, so he lives with my mum. But recently, from December 5th, I remember because it was a fucking fantastic day, the court decided that he is to be moved out into reason to give a shit. And pretty much since then, I've been fucking riding a high the entire. This year's been fucking fantastic.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, what's been going good about this year?
Oh. Got my own place, got a flowing income. I'm just getting better with socializing. I'm getting better at that, just haven't successfully done it. I don't know any new people yet, so.
Hey, it only takes time.
Oh. I've come to terms with that too, so. It's all good.
Law of the world, man. Just keep on doing it. If you're making it into a habit of just getting better in whatever way you want to, it's just gonna happen.
I mean, the fact that I can work out for more than 10 minutes without throwing my guts up is a good thing.
That's really good.
That happened. This is a fucking disgusting story, but it was about less than a year out of high school. I was with Gen Z, a youth people, great description there, who like help people get jobs, and they have a program there where once a week you would go and like work out for like a couple hours. Like barely 10 minutes in. Like this was in a park, an open park with people just flowing for not even 10 minutes on the ground, fucking rolling from side to side, throwing up on each side with people walking past me.
Were you rolling in your puke?
No, I was going from side to side, so neither side overflowed, so I wouldn't actually be laying within my own fucking.
God. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Glad you weren't swimming in your fucking filth.
Yeah. Yeah, like a pig in mud. No.
Wait, what was the topic?
Well, we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Your year.
The upbringing.
Okay, what we're gonna do. Okay.
Where's the structure, Max?
Hey, I told you what the structure was.
You've derailed it.
No, I'm just letting you ramble. I'm letting you ramble.
There's the mistake. You're letting me ramble.
I want to get you guys what you want. Anyway, so let's go back to your time in primary school.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about where you are now.
Okay.
And what's next.
Okay.
So, your time in primary school. You sounded like a big fucking bully.
Kinda. I hit it better than okay, I was smart in what I did. I would bully few and then just basically put on a facade of an idiot. Unfortunately, when the fucking dickhead goes away, you're only left with the idiot. And then I just became an idiot. Because learning nothing throughout years of school, you tend to know nothing. So by the time high school hit and that part, and I threw that part away, I didn't know shit. I had to rely on everyone else to help me. Which, some really fucking fantastic people, including teachers. Sorry I failed. But yeah, back to the primary. I just picked on very selective people who I knew wouldn't fight me back. And I just bullied them for as long as I was there. I wasn't there long. I was only there for a couple of years.
Okay.
There's only one time I actually stole them. Like I bullied them. Well, two of them. One of them was awesome. But you know.
You bullied one of them. They were awesome.
No, there was four of us in a group. Can I say their names?
I've said so many names already.
Okay, there was Ben and Josh. Ben was a short, fat fuck, and Josh was a tall, skinny fuck. And then there was Amy. I left Amy alone because she was awesome. We didn't hang out at the school, but I think I think we did a couple of times. Anyway, I remember trying to steal shit, or at least manipulate shit away from Josh. But I definitely stole from Ben. I just stole some shit like, I don't want that, but I don't want him to have it. So it's mine. He was the only person I can remember calling me out on it and trying to fight me for it. I remember pushing him to like steal poles and shit. And yeah, I don't know if I heard him, but I feel like I might have. This probably, I don't know. But yeah. I feel like I was gone. I feel like I was glad I left without really saying goodbye, because I feel like that would have told me to fuck off.
Probably.
I didn't really tell anyone when I would leave the school. I just kind of lurked away.
Have you seen anyone since?
No, because that was back in Brisbane.
Oh, okay.
Fucking long, far away.
One day you might see him.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Like from like, I think from like 6 to 9 was when I lived in Brisbane, and then then we moved back up here.
So when you went to Southwood High, that whole situation between us happened, right? I noticed that you lost a lot of friends.
Yeah, everybody basically just cut me off, and those who didn't eventually just walked away. I know it made things very awkward for some people, but I mean, I just kind of left my devices, and plus I was content with it too.
I got street cred from it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like, it felt good, but also reflecting on it, it's like, what the fuck?
As soon as the reflection hits you, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Just like, we're all just a bunch of animals, man.
Some more than others.
Yeah. Far out. I have apologized to you a couple times since. I even did a public one in grade 12.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Remember
No.
Okay. Well.
I don't wait. When was that been? Because I don't think I might not have been there.
No, you were. I'm sure you were.
Oh.
But it was for. Do you remember when we had that the last English assignment, and it was pretty much where we wrote about our time in high school, our best and worst experiences. You were in the class.
Yeah, well, I also didn't pay attention.
The metal bed frame did stuff.
And at least the 2 times I can remember landing face first into concrete. But I remember I landed on, one of them was at school, and one of them was at home. I remember falling on like the backyard ramp, and I just went straight to my forehead. And the one at school, I was kind of tripped and just fell face into the concrete. It was like that jagged type of concrete too, where it's like, who the fuck made this? Like,
Wow.
was this a prison beforehand? Please, fix it. But yeah, I really haven't broken any bones. Everyone else in my family has.
That's incredible.
I'm a very lucky bastard, surprisingly. Like, all things considered, I'm a very lucky man.
I'm glad you see it that way.
Well, I mean, no other ways to get really. That out of everything that has happened, I have technically gotten the least consequence, like once, and that was you. Across like the ages like 6 to 14, that is surprisingly lucky.
Did you get bullied much at high school?
I feel like people gave me shit, but only because I gave them shit first, and that was just the catalyst of it all. Like, I don't think I was bullied, because I know I was just a dick to everybody.
I remember calling you head and shoulders.
Why?
You had dandruff.
Yeah.
It was like, all over you.
I didn't wash my hair until I left home.
Oh, wait, what? what do you mean by that?
Like, basic hygiene, I was never taught it.
Okay.
Hell, I didn't brush my teeth my entire childhood, I only lost 1 tooth.
You know what? You are lucky. You do have teeth.
Exactly!
Yeah.
I'm a very lucky bastard.
You have a beautiful smile.
Oh, fuck off. No, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So, you did graduate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Nearly failed.
Okay.
Nearly failed.
So what happened after that? 'Cause
after that was pretty much immediate pressure, get a job now. And for a full year I didn't. And the next year I was moved to a second agency, CIM. They help people with disabilities. I have a learning disability technically, but I think this is a fancy way of saying this kid's fucking stupid. To some extent, I think you're stupid.
Yeah. Well,
Technically, it just means I take long to learn the basics of shit, and I have a story which I will never tell on camera because it is embarrassing as shit.
can you tell me after?
Oh fuck, I'll just say it now.
Okay.
This was grade 5. This was the last year in the primary school in Brisbane, and I hate this memory because it just proves to me I was so fucking stupid. I really was. And okay, teacher on the board, reflex angle, points me out, says, "What the fuck is this?" Well, not what the fuck was this, which is what is this? I don't know. For 30 minutes, I wouldn't connect the idea that it was just a reflex angle. And again, what is it? I don't know. Reflex angles. Now what is it? I don't know. Reflex angle. What is it? I don't know. And at the end, I'm like, reflex angle? It's like, finally, then they moved on. I hate them. I hate that fucking hour because he wouldn't let anyone leave until I said it.
Did you come into your break?
He wouldn't let anyone leave until I just said reflex angle, and I hate that memory
Oh man.
so much.
Oh man, that's not good.
I know.
That's not good.
Grade 5. I hate that.
Well, you said that you weren't really trying to learn.
Well, no, because I was preoccupied with being a dick.
Was that your drive?
I don't know, I kind of lied to myself about it, and I don't know, I was good at manipulating, I even fooled myself. Because I managed to fool myself thinking that if I did this, I could somehow get like people to genuinely like me in a sense, which I don't know how the fuck I ever got that idea, but I mean, I ironically did make genuine friends along the way. I just mostly ignored that fact. So like, but I could beat the shit out of this guy, and he might worship me for it. I had a little bit of a god complex too.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy to hear, man. Whoa.
Yeah. And I think I only got more crazy after the fact because I had nothing really to cling to, and outside of just going back to it, and I generally didn't want that, and yeah.
And so a year of looking for a job, you couldn't find one.
Next year, new people, guy who was energetic as fuck, really did, he really did want to like really bring up my confidence and everything, which I appreciate for shit. David, you're a fucking legend. And first day, third place we went to, gave me an opportunity, and that's where I am now.
Oh, cool.
Like day one, we just went around Labrador, and we just went to the Musgrave Bowls Club. They already had dishes there. They didn't need me. I didn't say a word in this fucking interview too. I just stood there. It was like, okay, come in on Friday. This is what time, and we'll go from there. On Friday, went in. Shift didn't finish. He said, okay.
This was with the Disability Employment Agency?
Mm.
Okay.
I stayed with them. I still stayed with them for a year because I still wanted to help me along the way. And yeah, first day, third place job. They admit that I was fucking shit. Like a month later, I was like, thank God you got better because you were fucking terrible.
Oh jeez.
And later last year, the head chef confronted us like, we don't know why you were here. Like, you were shit. But it's funny because he said you're the opposite to every dish hand we've had. Like where they have started great but got shit over time, you were the worst thing to ever happen to a kitchen. But you improved. It's the greatest backhanded compliment I've ever been given.
Hey, it's better than
The other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's honestly better than hearing that you were great to start off with, but now you're shit. Because I mean, clearly you've worked hard to get better.
I also nearly lost my job in the first year too because there was just a general quality problem with like what I was doing, and he pulled me aside like, hey, I've noticed you're kind of being shit again. What's wrong? If you don't like it here, I can help you get a job somewhere else if you like. but like get back to me so we can sort the shit out. And I thought about it for days, like, no, I like it there. Like, really great people. We really did try to bring the best of me out. I fought them so much. I'm not a professional on the technical level. I still don't use the proper, I don't do the whole yes chef all the time. Just go, yeah, okay. And you're not meant to do that, and they just let that slide for like over a year. Even now, still, I'm probably gonna get shit for it now. But like they were lenient with me, and I don't know. I'm glad that they were, because at the time I was still living at home, and that wasn't fun.
Well, it sounded like you needed this
Oh,
opportunity to come around.
Yeah. I needed anything at that point, because I mean, you only I don't know if I can say this. I'm laughing. This what I'm saying. What I'm about to say isn't going to be funny.
That's okay. Go ahead.
You can only attempt to kill yourself so many times before you start giving a shit. It's not funny.
Hey, that's just where you're at.
I mean, I can laugh about it now, but my other time I was in a fucking dreadful place. Don't let depressed people near bosses. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, that was like the last two methods I went for. Was like just jump in front of a fast moving bus. And like the furthest I've ever gotten was like legitimately just like about to jump before I just didn't.
How young were you when you did your first attempt?
Oh. No, it would have definitely been like around the end of high school. I didn't, like, not as a kid, no, I was on top of the fucking world. Why would I? Dethrone myself? Go fuck yourself. But no, like, high school was just when I just kind of fell into, I don't want to say direct depression, but it was just general sadness and self-hate. After high school was when the depression hit, and it hit hard.
Well, you've had a lot to reflect on.
Yeah, a literal life's worth.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with, you know.
Yeah, to me, there was only a point where there's only so much I could keep shoveling onto my shoulders before I either cark it or I don't. And and not gonna lie, my method of just getting over it wasn't profound. It was just like, it ties into the whole mom and brother thing, where, because my grandma took mom to court over that, and I just went, if mom wins, I'll just live with it. But if my grandma wins, just fuck, yeah, you have a life to live then. And I just went off that, and I noticed I started actually happy from that. Like, wow, an ideal life where I'm not tied down to fucking anything from like fucking 6 to 10 years ago. Like, should have done this sooner, but life works out in the end. And we're basically running off of that for the past several months.
So, what did the depression or the general sadness kind of thing, did it just take time to get over it, or did you do anything to try and improve? Get better in general?
For the longest time, I just assumed that people would fix it. Like, if I just made friends and just be around other people, it would just magically kind of go away, or it would start a process of fixing it. Like, that was kind of the main thing with like the short, big-titted fuck and the Russian twins. I'm not saying their names yet. Yeah, you've got a story for that.
Please. Please.
I can give you a hint, it involves a Ziploc bag.
What? No, I.
That sounds bad, but
that's fine. We're gonna get into it.
It sounds worse than what it is, but it's kind of gross, but also funny.
That's fine, but first, let's keep going on this.
Alright. Where was I?
So we were talking about how you got over.
The people thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And was with them. I'm glad that I went through that, like the whole fallout thing went through, because like, no, it helped me realize that I don't necessarily need people to fix me. Like they can't fix me. Only I can fix me. It goes into all things like you can't help someone unless they want to help themselves. And I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, the twins were alright. I mean, when I was skating with one was fucking fantastic. But like getting drunk didn't solve shit, and being drunk and depressed isn't a pretty sight. I mean, I blacked out on that tile floor right there, rolled off the couch after fucking bawling my eyes out about shit that happened 10 years ago. No, it was a very ugly sight, but I mean, I'm glad it happened because it helped me get to where I am now.
Was that when you were at your lowest, or?
That would have definitely been one of my lowest moments, if not the lowest. Which is probably no. For me, that's my lowest. I always wanted to avoid just being a drunkard and realizing that I was going down the exact same path that my mom took. It was like, just drinking it and nothing matters. It's like, no, that defeats the purpose of living. You can't just poison yourself. I hate drinking strong alcohol anyway. Beers are fine, they help put me to sleep.
Okay. So, do you drink often, or?
Like shit like this is fine, because...
What is that?
I don't know, I just found it
Triple distilled vodka.
with soda water and lime.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Cool. Just gonna put that over there.
I don't mind that. I've only had about 4 of those. 2 of them were today.
Okay.
But like that's fine. And like beers are fine, but those mainly put me to sleep. Like anything stronger, I mean, it just fucks with me.
So,
especially rum, just spice it now.
so you have it. Like, can you sleep without weed? I said the wrong thing. Without alcohol.
Yeah, it's just generally difficult because I tend to sleep late. I don't have a proper sleeping timeline. I mean, even if I gotta get home at like 10 o'clock, I'll stay up to like 2, maybe 3. It's like, oh, maybe I should sleep. Then I spend like 2 hours laying in bed. It's like, maybe I should sleep now. And, and then I don't sleep. Then I wake up at 7. One of the greatest methods, but I live by it.
So, yeah, you pretty much just stay up on whatever, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep in 5 minutes. You don't. Is that pretty much what you're trying to say there?
I technically started doing that properly the past 2 nights. But for the most part, I just slept whenever I felt like it, even if I didn't. Well, I learned that if I just went to bed when I didn't feel tired, at least in the afternoon where I should be sleeping like 10 o'clock, I would usually get a good night's sleep, but I don't, so. I just don't.
Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of time to actually fix your sleeping pattern.
I'm a bit too impatient for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like having my own time, you know? I don't want to go to bed if I just finish work, because I see that more as my time. But then if I do go to bed, then I have the whole morning for me, and I can usually get more done then anyway. And it's just, it feels like you actually use the day, and then you're more satisfied with the day. You can go to bed earlier.
I don't even think like that, because like when I get home, I immediately have to put my work clothes through like the washing machine and dryer. And our washing machine is fucked. You have to manually operate that fucking thing. Like you have to turn the water on yourself, make sure the fucking thing doesn't flood. So
Every time?
every time. So I have to stay up and just wait for it to fucking finish.
Damn.
And it usually goes on for fucking ages too. But even then, by the time it's done, I'm not tired anymore.
So back to where you're working now. Are you still like just looking to be a dish hand, or would you want to do anything else?
Well,
Do you feel like doing anything now?
Well, I mean, I have, because I was offered a chef apprenticeship pretty early on, and I did accept it about, I haven't started yet because the work's been very fucking inconsistent. But, yeah, I have, like, expressed interest in actually wanting to take that on. I mean, I plan to be there for a good while anyway, so, what's 3 years?
Fair enough.
I mean, I've already been, like, this is my 3rd year now, so.
Whoa, you've been there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done? Has it been just working there? You haven't done like any certs or anything, or?
No, it's just been direct work.
Okay. Yeah. So, being a chef, is there anything that kind of draws you to it, or?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's just something. My whole reasoning behind it was just it's something I got really nothing to do for the time being. So like, fuck it, give me that knife.
I don't know if I trust you. I don't know.
You and a whole list of people would never trust me with anything.
Fuck.
Give me the knife.
No.
Come on, Maxie, give me the knife.
I would not go near you. I mean, you have a whole kid behind you, man.
I'm more inclined to stab you with a tree.
Bro, you're a fucking psycho, and I love it. I love you.
You're fantastic. You are different from when I remember you from high school. Well, I didn't know you much then, so.
Yeah, I mean, you would have gotten probably one of the ugliest sides of me. Probably not the ugliest. I don't know. You got it pretty ugly. But what do you seem to remember?
Not much. I mean, I knew fuck all people. I paid attention the least, and I knew the least. For the most part, I was just that guy that would show up, fail, and repeat for 5 years. Yeah, it is a miracle I made it through it all. It wasn't good. I checked out a lot. Like halfway through, I was done.
Yeah, you seem that way, honestly. But yeah, what do you remember of me? Like, how am I different?
I mean, there was like 4 years in between seeing you.
True.
Like, I knew you in the first year, then I saw you in the second, not the second, the last. And that was kind of it. I don't remember seeing you at all for the rest of that. At all.
Where did you hang out?
I just kind of roamed. I would go between groups of people and just...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was a roamer. I always went group to group. I was never really, I just drifted around. I had friends everywhere. So I'm surprised I didn't see you.
I mean, for the most part, I mostly stayed with Daniel and James until they were booted. And then last year I spent most of that time roaming. I did find a group, but I don't remember most of the names.
Well, hello friends.
Hello.
Yeah, and I remember we were in, I don't even remember what the class was. It was social studies or something?
I think it was. I don't fully... Actually, what the fuck was that called?
Let's just call it social studies.
Yeah, it was...
Makes it better for
it was a class that I don't fully knew the purpose of.
I just kind of thought of it as psychology for idiots.
It actually was a psychology course. I remember taking one lesson of and then just fucking off. I didn't do it. I changed that one.
Yeah, I tried doing some OP subjects. I just didn't try hard enough, so I left and did other things. But I remember that we were in that class together, and we were sitting there with Tyson Porter and Chanel Emanasi. I think that's how I say last name.
I didn't know her. I didn't know her name anyway.
Yeah, but we always used to sit in that corner, and that's how we got talking again.
Yeah, and I remember that's when you apologized for this kind of being a dick.
Okay, not for being a dick, maybe, but for pushing you in front of the car.
Well, I mean, I kind of categorize that in the same sort of
Yeah.
thing, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a pretty dick move. Almost killing you.
Nearly killed you. Sorry.
So why didn't you grab me or something and throw me in front of a car.
I'm going.
Why didn't you defend yourself?
I'm going to be very honest. I wanted to die. I didn't fight back because in a brief moment of grand self-reflection, it was either hit you and start the whole process all over again, or just accept the fate and fucking go. I was fully content with just dying right then and there. I'm gonna be honest.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean,
That's a lot to put on me right now, man.
I mean, this is...
If that car was just going a little bit faster. Oh.
Yeah. Would have either crippled me or killed me. Or given me brain damage. One of the three.
Man.
Thank you.
But then after that happened, I was still following you.
Really?
Yeah, I was still following you. I started fucking attacking you while we're on the road. That car's just stopped here. We're here. It's like that.
Oh, that, yeah, I remember that.
And
shit.
The thing that stopped me was we actually, like, I was hitting you all the way across the road.
No, I remember that because I crossed the road and then you chased me and then, like, a parent started yelling at you.
Yeah, he said,
to stop.
Oh, stop it. So I'm like, I shit myself and I ran off.
I have no idea what the fuck you said.
Yeah.
I think the blood was exiting my face, so I couldn't think correctly.
Yeah.
Not enough blood flowed, but there was enough. I was like, oh, I can bleed.
Miss Nikora came in the next day into math, and I was so scared. Like, I was just there talking to Mr. Dawson about how much I hated you and for snitching on me. He calmed me down. It made me think, wow, I fucked up. Then she comes in, Max, get into my office right now. And I'm just like, oh fuck. I just like bolt out and I go to the toilet because I have a feeling if I go in the office, I'm going to piss myself. So then I go in and then they start telling me that, so it was Mrs. What's her name? I can't remember, but she was the deputy principal at the time. It was her and Miss Nikora. They sat me down. They were like full lecturing me, and it sounded like I was going to get expelled.
To be honest, I was kind of amazed you weren't. In a way.
Me too.
My life was worth 2 weeks.
That must feel good. Yeah, like, I don't know. I clearly felt like shit about it.
And it took me 4 years to say anything, but yeah. High school's high school.
Okay, so in reflection, I don't know if I felt bad. I don't know. No. Okay, so I did feel bad for hitting you and all that kind of stuff, but I still hated you.
I mean, that's kind of...
Naturally. Because you're a fuck.
Yeah, I was a fat fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, eventually...
Just got over it. So to speak.
Yeah. Well, we started talking again. You realized you weren't that bad of a guy. You're just a bit fucked in the head. You had a bad past.
It wasn't bad, it was just fucking insane.
It wasn't bad, it was insane. Dude, you got beaten by your mother and you didn't know your real dad, you know?
To me that was normal. I just assumed everyone had a fuck past.
Most people do, but it sounds like you had it pretty brutal.
Oh.
That's all you've ever known though.
Well, yeah, that's literally all I've ever known. Just... Hell, I technically don't even know most of my own biological families, so...
Your uncle works for Microsoft, or something.
I've been told that, yes, he's an IT dude for them. He gets paid a fuck ton. He now works from home too, so...
I remember that you were talking about how you wanted to create a video game.
That was stupid ambition.
That was very ambitious though.
Stupid ambition because I couldn't program for shit. And even after taking the course, I still couldn't program for shit. But I later found I had a better... not better, I enjoyed the writing aspect of it more. So I just kind of generally tried to pursue that. Couldn't write for shit until I actually tried. I was bad at it. I just ripped off everyone else. Well, it was just cheap and lazy. I'll gladly admit that. For 4 years, I just ripped off everyone else. Then exiting high school, fucking Daniel looked at us like, out of the 13 you have written, the 8 you have given sequels to, and the 1 trilogy you've written in 4 years, the trilogy is the only one that looks like you gave a thought. And I've basically been using that as a template, and it's been going off that.
Okay. That was something that you were very passionate about back then.
It was one of the few things that I ever learned to actually genuinely care for. It was a very weird experience for me. It's like, hey, I don't despise this, and I genuinely enjoy it.
If you genuinely enjoy it, then maybe you should just keep going.
Well, this is a break year for me because I've realized since, I technically started like in 14, and I kept it going until like last year. And I realized, wow, I've been doing this day in, day out, and I hate it, I love it, but I need a fucking break. So this year is just sit back, at least see what is of worth, because I've mostly written, most of it was through depression, so see what's worth keeping, and build off that.
Maybe you're just not good at, I don't know, like it sounds like you do have a fairly good imagination, just from the story that you were telling me.
Oh, I definitely need someone to work off, otherwise I don't get shit done.
Okay. Have you ever thought about writing a book off of your own experiences? Like, not even for publicity, just to journal your thoughts, just to get yourself...
I could.
Just for yourself. Maybe that would be a good segue to get started, because if you... No, think about it. If you start writing on things that you know are real, then maybe it can help you just write better in general, because that's just practice.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. There would be some good, but also fucked up stories.
You gotta face it.
True.
I can tell you, man, it will bite you. And it doesn't... Look, it could be when you turn 50.
I mean, I'm telling all this shit on a fucking podcast, so...
Exactly, yeah. And that's awesome.
I might as well profit.
You're not making any money.
I don't know.
Dude,
With this
I'm
face,
not apologizing.
with this face, how could I make money?
I want to shit on you. Could that make me money?
No.
No, okay. Oh, Jesus, why did I say that?
And you admit you don't edit this shit, so that's just there now.
Yeah, that's just there. And I'm there. Just before we started, I was telling you that I was going to edit you out of context, but I'm leaving that in.
That's fine.
So what else are you passionate about?
Sadly, not much else. I mean, because I don't want to say I'm content with like my work, as in like my actual job, because I do enjoy it. Just know that I know it's for money. Like I'm not there to love these dishes. Like, no, it's a job. Fucking washing soggy ass food doesn't make me happy. It's disgusting. And fucking having to clean the drains with my bare hands, putting my hands through what could be literal sewage. That's no one should get happy from that. If you get happy from that, you're a very sad human being.
So what do you think you would enjoy doing?
Actually, that actually does remind me. I love jet skiing.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. But
I know, but it's like this is just something I enjoy. Also,
maybe you could just start a jet skiing company. Just a thought. Fuck.
Don't break the coffee table.
It's not gonna break. It's bloody oak. What are you talking about?
You could break it, you fucking douchebag.
Okay. Yeah.
No, but there's nothing that I technically enjoy that I could make a career out of, like technically speaking. Or if there is, I haven't either paid enough attention to it or I haven't discovered it yet. So I would say I've kind of been so focused on one thing for so fucking long that I think I'm young, I could still discover shit, so...
What's the one thing?
Like the writing.
Okay.
I fucking stuck to that as if glue wasn't involved.
Good man. That's really good. Well, yeah, just you clearly love it. Just keep doing it.
I don't need you to tell me that.
I know. I'm just trying to think of what else to say right now. That's all.
Do you have any other questions that you want answers to?
Say your hobbies. Like, do you...
We just discovered
We're
that.
talking about your passions, but do you do anything else? Like,
I occasionally draw, but that's about it.
oh yeah. What kinds of things do you draw?
Mostly concepts for my writing, so I can get an idea of what the characters look like.
Oh yeah. That's cool. So, would you be okay with discussing what you are working on, or just briefly?
I'm not currently working on anything at the moment, because I'm just kind of sipping through the shit and see what's of worth, and what was just I wrote when I was very tired at like 12 o'clock in the morning. Because I had no structure in terms of when I would write. I would mostly write in between work, which is what I basically did with school, so I never paid attention to school. But yeah, I have no structure to this shit.
Fair enough.
And that's why I'm just kind of enjoying the break.
So, the Ziploc bag,
Oh.
what did you mean?
Oh, this is a fucking lovely story. Okay. I'm allowed to say names, right?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I have consulted a lawyer, and they said that
Like nothing criminally, like there's nothing criminally
yeah,
involved.
like there are no legal barriers for this show. So you can mention names, you can mention past crimes.
I mean, fucking.
This is what a lawyer has told me though. So maybe I get a second opinion, but this is just what they have told me.
Okay,
So
cool.
no one can get in trouble legally.
I'm gonna have to stop you for a second so I go take a piss.
Ah, don't do this, man.
No, I've had like I've been drinking like 4 drinks over here.
Why?
Because
What do you mean 4 drinks?
Because I needed to wash down the vodka. Because I had 2 of them. And I had like, I already drank, I don't know, 5 drinks, I had 2 of these. This is empty.
Alright,
I'll only take a moment.
alright, be very quick, please.
Okay, technical difficulties.
Where are you going? It was a glad bag story. Ziploc bag. Alright.
Glad bag. The fuck?
Same thing, just a bucket.
I mean, that is a sexual story, but either way.
Okay, let's go on.
Okay. This happened to a chick who I knew. We don't associate anymore, but she is dating a former friend of mine. He and I don't talk anymore either. But this was a story she told me willingly, and I loved it. Okay, she and him basically playing like they playing the fuck, right? He didn't buy condoms because he didn't want to. She never wanted to buy them, so she went into his kitchen, grabbed a fucking sandwich bag, and they're like, "This is the condom for tonight." And he went on with it too. He gladly. Can I actually tell you who the dude was? I think even they would enjoy it because even like, he was a weird fuck at school. We went to school with him.
Went to school with him? I really want to say yes.
Yes, please. No. Okay. It was
Cool.
the goat man himself. Now.
There we go.
Okay. She was so proud of telling us this story because of our group friends, like we didn't fuck, and she was like, "Oh, haha, I fucked before you, but I use a Ziploc bag, and that makes me better than you." And she got like the Russian chick on the call as well to tell her, thinking she would, because I was making fun of her the entire fucking time, thinking she would back her up. No, we just both started calling her trailer trash and everything, making sandwich jokes about fucking leftover mayonnaise.
Yeah. That mayonnaise to somewhere.
Oh, she was so fucking proud. And then when the conversation turned into...
So she lost her virginity?
That's how she lost it. It gets better.
I can't judge.
It gets better of how it ends, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
When the conversation turns into like the fear of pregnancy, with it being oh wait, no, I skipped the part. Her reasoning behind it was because she believes all condoms are plastic. She believed that.
Okay. So
She just genuinely believed all condoms were plastic, so she could use anything as a condom. Your face is... I told all the people at work the story, and I love it. I love the story so much. Now, when the conversation turned into the fear of pregnancy, because plastic, she says the greatest thing, she said, there was no fear, we didn't finish.
What?
She said because there's no fucking friction, because it's a fucking sandwich bag. She said they just gave up. They just stopped trying to fuck.
That just seems so uncomfortable as well.
It's a sandwich bag inside of her.
Okay.
I love the story because it's a sex story where they failed to fuck.
This isn't what I was expecting to hear, but I'll take it.
How many stories have you heard where someone failed to fuck? Starting to fuck, but then failed. That is the funniest shit I've ever told. And she told me this directly.
Well, I didn't finish on, like, the first time with my girlfriend.
But was there a Ziploc bag involved?
No.
Well, that makes...
It was a skin condom, but I couldn't feel shit.
Well, that's at least 10 points higher than her.
Yeah. Well, I had a bunch of pizza pockets just, like, scattered on my bed, because she liked them.
What the...
I don't know, man. I was watching Shrek. We were watching Shrek 2.
Fire, yeah?
It was, quite romantic.
Good for you.
Yeah. But yeah.
Fucking Ziploc bag.
You know, good on these kids. They're really trying, you know?
Not hard enough. I mean, he had... They both had money. They just both chose not to buy them. It's like...
Please tell me this wasn't in a park.
No, this was at his house.
Okay.
I wish it was outside. I would love it even more.
Oh, man. Jesus. So you're not friends with him anymore? Is that what you said?
No, he just kind of stopped talking to me.
Okay.
Like, we were in contact, like, when the lockdown was in. Then after that, just, like, vast silence. Then, like, every, like 5 months later, a rogue message, and then just nothing. To be fair, he hates me, so that's not surprising.
Are they still dating?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh yeah, the chick's name is
Okay. I see where... Okay, yeah. I see that happening. I mean...
Again, I tell the story to pretty much I've told the story to my family. I've told the story to them. And it's fantastic. I'm never going to let this story die. In my will, I'm going to have it on my deathbed. I'm going to tell this story. I'm going to make sure generations know the tale of the Ziploc bag.
Okay, well, it's on the internet forever now. So, you've done well to prepare for that. Alright.
It's just because she told me directly, thinking that I'd be proud of her for it, for whatever reason. But no, I'm going to make fun of you forever. It's fantastic. He hates the fact that people know this story, but... And he told her, apparently he told her to never tell people that, but all she did was tell people, and I just kept that going. And he told me to, like, not tell people, but I told him, she directly told me, how the fuck can I not tell others this? I want to, and I'm going to. And plus she kept on...
That's probably why she's not talking to you.
Oh no, she also told like a lot of other sexual shit that they would do. She just didn't care about whether or not people knew because she just wanted to brag. And it's funny because it sucks.
Doesn't sound like they're too compatible.
They are and they're not at the same time.
Okay.
It's weird. Like, by all accounts, they shouldn't be near each other because they shouldn't work, but yet they do. But it's mainly because, like, for him, he had a very different approach to me. Like, I mean, I've been pursuing since I was 6, so I can't talk. But
so, how you doing, man? You working on getting a girlfriend, or
still trying to. I've gotten better at actually asking people out, like,
good man,
properly, and yet to no success yet. And I am confident in that enough, but at the moment I'm just enjoying my stability, just gets a little lonely every now and then.
If you're doing what you love, you never feel lonely.
Sure.
So just keep writing, man. So, you want to be a chef?
Yeah.
Just because it's something to do.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you kind of see yourself doing in future?
Not really, but that's mostly because I've taken just a different approach to it all. Like, I've stopped trying to have, like, grand plans for the most part. Like, I'm very content with, like, just let things happen as they happen.
Okay, so more like stoic.
Well, for the most part, like, I don't have a lot to really go off at the moment, so the best approach I can have is just let shit happen. I mean, for all I know, I could be denied. I could ultimately get denied as a chef apprenticeship. I'm even content with staying as a dish eater and a bit of that. So there's no real downside at the moment. It's just what path is there?
You want to make little walls of them?
I'm all good with doing that too. Like, fucking take them all on.
So when I first had this idea for a podcast.
I remember when you first told me about it. It was with the lawnmowing shit.
Yeah, I was about to quit.
He sounded He sounded fucking mental.
Yeah.
He sounds like I've described myself.
You sound fucking insane.
I assumed you were drunk or something.
No.
Like you were losing your shit, and I didn't know how to respond to it. It's like, is this what I've done to people? Is this what I've done when I just ranted like a fucking lunatic? Because you called me like an hour before I was meant to go to work, and then you just fucking went.
I don't think you even had a chance to speak.
I spoke briefly, but I had no idea what to say. And you briefly, like, you started off by saying that you were unhappy with your work and you wanted to branch off into other jobs, and then you brought up YouTube, and you started fucking going on about, I'm gonna fucking start a YouTube where I mow people's lawns for free. It's like, wait, who are the people who are the big? I don't care. I'm gonna take them all on. Fuck it. And that's what you were doing, and I loved every second of it because it's like this alone would be brilliant to watch.
Well, you know what? It's still in the works. I want to mow so many fucking lawns. You have no idea. Like, Jim's mowers, he's gonna watch out. He's like 70 now. Like, he's almost dead.
Time for some
Market is coming in.
young blood.
Yeah, young blood is gonna mow some fucking lawns, bro.
You can also have videos where you have like a rival, and like one uses like the sit-on mower and the other one has a push, and you could like do two halves of a lawn and see who gets that done faster.
Oh yeah, just like advertising.
Mm.
I don't know, I just want to mow my friends' lawns. All on YouTube. I'm gonna knock on some strangers' door and be like, hey, I'll just mow. I don't know if anyone would really watch that, but
well, the funny thing is,
I would enjoy it.
the funny thing is, there is an audience for everything.
That's whack.
There truly is an audience. There is someone for something.
Mm.
No matter how scary or uncomfortable that is true. So no matter how much you think like, oh, no one's going to really watch me mow people's lawns for free, probably.
I'm just saying I'm going to get less viewers, but I'm okay with that.
I mean, I don't think you would get less viewers than this, but I mean, like this episode directly.
Mm. I've had one so far, one episode.
Yeah.
It's done very well. I'm very happy with how it's gone. I've got 41 subscribers last time I checked, and 375 views. I have a dislike, and I'm gonna let that affect me. I'm not gonna do this shit again. This is my last episode.
Just call it out here and now. Hey, you one person, fuck you.
No, fuck myself. I'm going elsewhere. They hurt my feelings.
I use this because I went to the dentist, and it cost me $510 to get 2 fillings.
Oh jeez. Get a fucking boob card.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
I shouldn't even be drinking this shit, but I do because I'm addicted to it, really.
Mm.
I drink too much. Like, when I moved in, my entire wardrobe was just full of bottles.
I understand that.
I showed people and they're like, how are you not dead?
Yeah, you have so many Coke cans.
No, it was boxes of cans, 30, and...
Counted.
Well, yeah, it's on the box. It says 30.
Oh, alright. Okay, never mind.
Dumbass. And there was, like, full to
It's
the...
a reflex angle. Fuck you, Jim. Shut the fuck up. Who do you think you are? Cut me out of my show. Fuck you.
You brought me here, saying I could say whatever I want.
Yeah, and I just said what I wanted, bitch. What are you gonna do? Fuck you. No, go on.
And every shelf and the entire wardrobe was just full of mostly Coke bottles, the occasional Pepsi with like a Fanta, maybe a soda.
Okay.
And that was within like the first month. It was just full.
Okay.
5 giant trash bags later, it got full again. That's kind of the problem I learned, that when you have no one to restrict your spending, who the fuck's gonna stop you?
Yeah, only you can.
Yeah, and for like, I'm amazed I'm not a diabetic. I haven't
Yet.
yet.
If you keep doing this, you will be.
I mean, I've somehow lost weight doing this, so fuck it. Yeah, I've been doing this since high school, and I'm way less than I did in high school.
Do you think you eat less?
I have started to eat less. I technically didn't. I had no real self-control. It's just that I went to the gym, like at all.
Okay. Well, that's a good start.
Mm.
That's a good start. I was also wondering, do you have any questions for me?
To be honest, not really. Because like for the most part, I understand why like you do this, and like you seem to have developed into kind of a better human being compared to what I knew of you anyway.
Well, once again, yeah, I'm sorry I pushed you in front of the car.
Please don't.
But
it is fine.
It does sound like you have come to a better place because of that.
I mean, frankly, out of all the things I did, the scariest thing I did was like blackmailing someone way older
Yeah,
than me.
you started the conversation. What should you say?
Oh yeah,
Explain that.
Okay.
What happened?
This was actually a weird. It was like this. It was kind of the reverse of all the years, because this was, I probably would have been about 9, and it was weird because I lived a decent, like, because okay, my mom was dating this dude named Richard, and he lived in Mount Tambourine, and like every weekend we'd go up there, like his friends had children, 3 sons, 3 daughters. Didn't know most of them. Spent most of my time with the second daughter, which neither here nor there. And he also had a son. I forget his name. Started with an E, so I just called him Mr. E here. And I didn't like him much, but I also know he didn't like his dad. Like, they didn't get along at all, but he was kind of just stuck living with him. And this wasn't like... This isn't even proper blackmail, because I'm the one who should have been blackmailed, because I did the wrong thing, but I just confronted him in such a weird way where he backed the fuck down.
Okay.
Because I actually remember this night surprisingly clearly. This was that night when Richard and the friends with the 6 kids were over. And the 6 kids were out in the yard playing like hide and seek and shit. Me and my brother were in the lounge room watching a movie. I was age 3. He loves it. I was just there, and Mr. E was in the spare room. It was also his dad's office, with special company. Actually, you can. They were fucking
Okay.
there.
Thank you for clearing that up. I had no idea.
And my brother got bored after watching the movie for like 5 times in a row, so he went outside, and the door was there. Doors have keyholes. I think you can pretty much gather where the fuck I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Watched until they basically finished, and sat in the chair adjacent from him. Him exited. Said, I told him that I said to him, I was watching you, and when he asked to clarify, I said through the keyhole, and he just went back into that room. About like a minute later, his girlfriend comes out. like sits me down, and tells me what I did was wrong. I was like, yeah, then I fucked off outside to hang with the others. He never said a word or confronted me about that ever, because there was no good way around that for him, which is weird because I'm the one in the wrong. It's a very fucked up story for the weirdest reasons.
Hold on.
I know you're confused. I'm confused that I did it.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna need you to repeat that again. Because, like, were you the one watching?
Yes.
You were watching this guy and his girlfriend.
Fuck.
And then you tried to blackmail them.
I just told him, and then he just.
Okay, okay, so it wasn't actually blackmail. You were just.
No, well, the thing is, I knew he could never do anything about it. Because the thing is, his dad didn't know that he like fucks in his office. And he knew he could never confront me about that because he knew his dad was like one thing away from just like kicking him out, and everyone else just assumed I was an angel. So it was not. He couldn't say shit without getting kicked out. And he hated me more from that because like this fucking 9-year-old was like, "What you fuck."
Okay, well that's a nice story.
Nice. What story is that?
No, that was just something new.
Yeah.
That's
something I willingly did because I had nothing else to do. I don't even know why I did it. Like going to Mount Sanbury was fucking lovely. I made friends there. I was able to live peacefully because one, my mom doesn't abuse me when around other company. So when she was dating him, I was living the dream basically. Then his one thought was like, I can ruin this fucking dude tonight, and then I did.
So it was just like a thought, like, what can I do to make him have a bad time and be a better one? What even goes through your head?
You're asking a weird ass question because I don't fully understand. A lot of it was just impulse. Because I mean, I knew he was in there. I knew his dad wasn't glad that he was in there, and I knew his dad didn't know he had company in there. So for the most part, it was just like I could do this, and I could ruin his night, but he's definitely enjoying. And yeah.
So we've talked about a lot of the bad and the sadistic shit, right?
If you were going to ask about the other spectrum, there's technically fuck all to actually talk about because like that took up most of the timeline.
That's fine, man.
Everything else.
I want to hear about what you think about everything now. Like, are you trying to?
Everything's fucking good.
Everything's getting better. Are you?
Because I've recently like gotten over a lot of that and like come to terms of like what I was and what I am now. So for me, it's just there. Not the greatest stories to tell to people, but I mean, I'm not that person, so.
That's fine, man.
Although people do find me off-putting. Even my own roommate, she said when I moved in, I was like the worst person to get along with for like a month. Then after a month, I was like, okay, this person's not that bad. Just a bit blunt.
Oh yeah. How many roommates have you had here?
3 from just that room next to mine, and she's gonna be leaving today, so that'll be about 4.
Did I meet this woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was here, like when I would have the gatherings here.
Yeah, the one time I came up twice, but
the one time you probably remember.
Yeah.
She wasn't happy with like the mess that was left. Because like the popcorn and shit. I still love the fact you drank that fucking cup of vodka with the popcorn in it. Why'd you do that?
I lived for the night.
But like I just like taste it because it's salty vodka and it tastes like shit and you fucking scold the thing.
I didn't think it tasted that bad.
You were on the floor fucking yanking on it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not how I remember it. That's not how I remember it.
How the fuck do you remember it? Because I was laughing my ass off at it.
Now that we go back, I don't remember it.
Oh, that explains it. You gotta block it out.
Yeah, well, you black out when you... I don't black out often, but you know, my memory's not the best anyway. But yeah.
I've only blacked out once, and that was just from rolling off the couch.
Yeah,
I was fucking out. I was a little bit of an alcoholic briefly.
It sounds like you still kind of are. I mean, you drink these to
No.
sleep.
Well, no, I mean, that's not alcoholism. That's just, you know.
6%.
Yeah, I also like drank rum directly out of the bottle. That's like, it's like what? What percentage was that?
So, the way that I think of alcoholism is just having a drink to get to sleep, and you do that often.
Oh, I don't do that often. No.
Oh, okay.
I rarely do that.
How often do you drink even these?
Well, I mean, I bought a full pack, and it took me like just under a year. But not under a year, but like 6 months between all four.
Okay, I think I'm misjudging you.
Like I really don't drink alcohol that often. Like the most I do is like maybe occasionally buy a full pack, and whenever like my boss will like hand me a beer like after work. It's like that's the most I do.
Okay, yeah.
It's very different from what you probably would have remembered. When like we'd have like the bottles here.
Yeah, you had 4 fucking kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, technically bad company, but just be careful with who you associate with, because they may lead you down a very fucky path.
Were these the Russian twins? Okay. I don't really know what happened there.
Oh, well, to be fair, it's like we just weren't compatible on like a technical level. Like they love like drinking, like going out clubbing and whatnot. I don't, and I try to avoid drinking as much as possible. With them, it's like, hey, if you drink, we'll fucking help you meet people. It's like, fuck it, I'm depressed, let's do it. And then I learned very quickly I'm very susceptible to rum, which I learned that I had tasted a little bit too much when I was younger. I remembered that taste a bit too well, and yeah, one night after work, got cups, yeah, big, drank 2 of those directly, then just started chugging out of the fucking bottle itself. Lost partial, like, fucking feeling in my face, and begged them to help me. Yeah, it's not fun. No. And then I blacked out one of the times.
So, the reason that your friendship kind of ended with them was just that you weren't compatible?
Well, for the most part, they were very put off by that night in particular, even I was completely losing my shit. And they were like, hey, this is a little too much, we're out. And it's like, I was very angry for like the first 3 days. It's like, you fuckers, you led me to this fucking watering hole. Don't just leave me here in this state. Get the fuck back here. And I was very pissed off, and no one really wanted to talk about it at all. It's like, nah, just go away. That's what I really appreciate about Daniel, because he helped me like sift through like, okay, well, what's actually important about the situation? Did you actually do anything wrong? Like, they didn't claim I did anything wrong. It's just I was just a drunk dude, fucking on his couch, talking mad shit about himself. But yeah, technically that would be scary, given really anything could have happened, really, but they never said anything did, so it was just scary to look at. And over time I did get over it, because I stopped drinking entirely. It took me a while to actually get back into it, even a little bit, really, but...
That's probably better than it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's interesting, man. That's interesting.
Like, on a technical level, nothing really bad happened. It's just a matter that we were all just on different paths.
Yeah.
And we just had to go our own way.
So you're getting better with socializing as well now?
Slowly, very slowly. Hard, difficult, because there's not much people to go off.
Yeah.
Like, I still find it difficult to meet people in general. That's because my life basically revolves around work, gym, and home. Don't really meet a lot of people in between all that.
Maybe you could meet people at the gym. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, but I always find it really awkward at the same time. It's like, I've never got a handle on just like approaching people in general.
to be fair, when I am at gym, I'm not there to make friends.
Yeah, true. You're not there to like,
Yeah.
hey, random person, let's talk.
Yeah. Like there are a few people that I know there that I'll go and speak to, but really I just want to do my own thing and get out. You know, and I feel like that's a lot of people there. But I don't know. Maybe you could just, I don't know. You see someone new there, and you see that they're not doing something right. Just help them out. It's that easy to start the relationship.
Fucking Daniel gives me shit about this. Like, that scrawny ass fuck gives me shit about meeting people, and it's like, motherfucker.
That guy's so weird.
He is the weirdest but greatest motherfucker I've ever known. It's like, he's smart, but he's also a fucking cunt. Oh, God.
Good on him.
I really wouldn't be here without him generally by my side helping me through my shit. Because again, he still willingly, well not willingly, but he still puts up with my mom because they live so close. And because my mom gives his parents shit.
Oh man, that's rough.
I mean, like, he willingly puts himself in basically my family shit to either like stop it affecting either me or my sister. Because the fact that my mom gives my sister shit, who was very young by the way, is fucking monsters. She's underage, and my mom gives her like heavy shit, and it's not a pretty sight. But she luckily moved out with her dad, so it didn't directly affect her as bad as it did me. But it's good that she isn't ending up like me. I'm very good about that. I'm very glad about that.
I'm glad that you still kept Daniel as a friend. It sounds like he's been very good to you.
He has been. His family are just the nicest fuckers I've ever met. Like, after years of putting up with my mom, from like the entirety of high school up until like now, that's fucking mental.
Yeah, that is.
They have such resilience against the insane, and I gotta give them such the credit I can't give to them because there's not enough to give. It's like, how the fuck? I can't put up with it. How the fuck can you get it? Jesus.
Well, shout out Daniel.
Yeah, motherfucker, we're getting you on this podcast eventually.
I'd love to, Mom.
He's gonna be more awkward than I am. he's gonna get.
Yeah, well, the thing is, right, with Daniel, we only spoke.
Probably very briefly.
We spoke a little bit in grade 8, and he just annoyed me.
Well, the funny thing is, I didn't meet him until after what happened to what you did to me. So
he was in our science though.
I know. I remember. I actually knew him in Labrador because I went to Labrador Primary School to finish primary school there. I knew him there, but we didn't like talk or even associate with each other at all.
Oh yeah.
We just kind of knew each other existed. That was about that.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, I'd love to have him on.
Hopefully he will willingly do this. If not, I'll drag him here myself.
That's fine. It might take a couple. I've got a couple people to get through first.
Oh, fair enough.
I'd like to have him on at some point. So just tell him about me.
Oh, I've already told him about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did he think?
He hasn't said much. He's been busy with like his schooling and whatnot. But I know he was supposed to kind of be like a decoy guest.
Decoy.
Well, because I expected my roommate to be here already, so I would help her move her shit out. And I planned to have him take my place for like a couple minutes, and then just surprise, you got one.
Oh. No, I only want to have you on in one episode, man.
Yeah, fine. Well, things worked out anyway, so
yeah.
That was my plan because of like I thought things were gonna like interlock and be all fuck. Like, even when I told you, like she was supposed to be here when this started.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank God that she didn't turn up. So she is meant to be here at 6.
Yeah. So I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah. Well, on that note, thank you so much for being in here today, man.
Oh, it's my fucking pleasure.
Yeah, it's been real.
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna fuck you.
Far out.
Get the fuck out of my house.
like, share, subscribe. We're doing this together. I need you.